Be sure to hit the subscribe button and make sure that you're staying abreast of everything on our channel, and be sure to turn on your notifications so that you know when we post new videos.
Welcome back to the channel. It's Dr. Angela Cudger, metaphysician, founder, and healer at Legacy Holistic Health Institute. Today's video is going to be talking about my favorite thing, metaphysics. We are going to talk all about metaphysics over the next 15 to 20 minutes or so. I promise not to make this video very, very long, but at the end of this video, I'm going to do a metaphysical treatment or show you exactly what that treatment would look like for abundance specifically. So when we're talking about metaphysical sciences, I really want to jump into this. But first, I want to say thank you to all of my returning subscribers. All of your likes, your shares, your views, all of those things make this channel worthwhile. And it makes the ability to continue to provide value to you so worth it. If you're new to the channel, thank you for tuning in. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the conscious community over here at Legacy. We appreciate you, we value you, and we are grateful for you. If you find that this has added value to you, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hit a comment down below. For those of you who love this topic and you want to hear more about this topic, I can teach on this topic for days, years even, and not get tired. And so my hope is that you walk away from this video with a very good understanding of what metaphysical sciences is and what it entails. So let's dive in. All right, metaphysical sciences. So metaphysics in and of itself has to do with the deeper truths of the universe. It has to do with blending science and spirituality together. And so you'll hear metaphysicians say science now knows that thoughts become things, right? So in the past, and I mean like way back in the past, way on back in history, when a human being had an issue with their physical body, they were not just assigned a physician or a doctor or a person who practices medicine on their physical body, but they were also assigned a metaphysician. They were assigned both of these people to come together and help the body physically heal. Here's why that is so important. Metaphysical sciences deals with the person's ability to believe or know or have a knowingness, right? That their thought process has become their physical reality. So when a person carries an ailment or when a person has a physical illness, more than likely there is a psychological part of that illness that is already present. In fact, science now knows that no physical ailment can exist in a body that didn't already believe in the existence of it in that body. And so you may say, well, somebody might have hypertension, but did they believe that it was there? There is a knowingness, usually there is an understanding or a knowingness that maybe something is wrong. So the human being we live in our higher chakras, y'all. So we live, mostly at the heart, throat, third eye, and crown, and mouth of God, and soul star chakras, right? We live in these higher chakras, and a lot of times we get insight from our lower chakras that we're not even paying attention to. And so for some reason, we knew what was already going on. We could sense it. We could feel it. We knew something was up. Most people will tell you before they get diagnosed with some kind of physical illness that they knew something was afoot, that they knew something was actually going on or something was wrong. So when we're talking about metaphysics, we are talking about the fundamental questions of life. We are talking about uncovering the deeper truths as it relates to life beyond what we physically see. Okay. And so all of us walking around live various different kinds of lives, but all of us walking around also know how to manifest different things. So one of the sayings that has been around for a long time is we're all self-made, but only the successful will admit it. Well, this is very true. Everything that we think of, everything that we see, everything that we give our attention to starts to move and reshape the matter of the universe around us to become our natural existence. And so the other thing you want to remember is that when we have belief is also a doubt. There's no way for us to be able to say that we believe something unless doubt is on the other side of it, because we have to actually exercise our ability to continue to believe in that thing. And so metaphysics, or the mind, cannot know a thing and also believe that thing. So metaphysics helps a person to go from belief to knowing, to a knowingness that what they believe is true is their physical reality. When a person can get to a knowingness about something, nothing can stop it from coming into their reality. Nothing. And so if a person believes that success is imminent for them, they will eventually get to a point where they just know it. The belief will start to create this mounting evidence around them that success and abundance is their birthright, that success and abundance belongs to them. And so once they start to believe this and they see the evidence of it, they develop this knowingness for it. And this is how literally the rich get richer, right? They don't ever believe that money's not here for their fun and their enjoyment, right? So we want to all get to a point where we feel like we can bring in whatever it is we want to into our lives, and it be this blissful, amazing, beautiful experience for us in all kinds of ways. Now, the other thing that we want to be aware of is causes and curiosities behind metaphysical sciences. So why do people become interested in metaphysical sciences? So I'm a trained metaphysician, and usually people get involved in metaphysical sciences because they have this natural curiosity about what they don't know. I remember growing up Southern Baptist. We came up, my father was a pastor for over 30 years before he transitioned. And I grew up in the church. I grew up as a Southern Baptist person. I grew up in Christianity. I was at church every day of the week. I was already delivering Sunday school messages before I was 15 years old, so I have been in that space for a long time. And the one thing I realized when I hit my late 20s and I had a career, a degree, a house, bought my first house at 24 years old, had it built from the ground up. The one thing that I remember asking myself was like, is this it? I was well traveled at the time. I was well cultured at the time. And I remember asking myself, there's got to be something deeper to life than just stuff and travel and things and people. There's got to be more to life. And I remember the day that I asked this question, that night I had a dream about Kundalini awakening. Now I know that's what it was, but I never had heard of any of these things. So I had to seek out this kind of information, right? And then once I started seeking this information, people started coming to me and praying for me and saying, you should be covered. You have a message for the masses. You should be protected. All of these different things. I don't know what all of that means to this day, but I do know that there is a specific calling on my life to bring truth, to bring value in the space of metaphysical sciences. And that is why I'm enrolled for a PhD and currently have a master's degree in the space of metaphysical sciences. And so it always stems from wanting to know what's deeper. What is the deeper truth? What is the deeper meaning of my life? What is the deeper meaning of what can be possible for me on this planet? That's what it comes from. So when we're talking about the history of metaphysics, we're talking about things that are unexplainable. Some historical metaphysicians are going to be people like Florence Scovel Shinn, Catherine Ponder, Earl Nightingale, Reverend Ike, and people like Neville Goddard, and any number of things, a number of people out here. Napoleon Hill had metaphysical principles in Think and Grow Rich. And so you're going to see it infused in a lot of different things, but these are going to be the historians that we've been taught about in school. We were also even taught about Jesus Christ being one of the earlier metaphysicians and being able to teach people how to make miracles their reality, their belief, bringing it into a space of knowingness. And so these are the things that I was taught in school, in metaphysical seminary school, right? And so this is what happens. So you've got some modern day people who also give out metaphysical concepts. Those are going to be people like your Dale Carnegie's, Wayne Dyer, Arrested Soul, Bruce Lipton, Abraham Hicks, Rhonda Byrne, Joe Dispenza, Sue Morter, T. Harv Eker, and people like Bob Proctor, rest his soul as well. And so these are going to be your modern day people who speak new, not necessarily new age, because I feel like new age is related to religion. And I'm going to say a word about that in just a moment. But these are people who have brought down practical concept that people understand, apply in everything, right? Like the Tao, right, that was taught by Wayne Dyer. These are all metaphysical types of principles. Now, I'll say a word here on metaphysics and religion. Metaphysics is not religion. It is not connected to any religion in any way at all. Metaphysics is related to spirituality, which is also not connected to religion. A lot of people get those two things mixed up. These two things can coexist, and they must, but your soul is what takes a spiritual journey on this planet during your lifetime. Your soul takes a spiritual journey on this planet during your lifetime. You wear a suit that's called your body, right? The body is the vehicle carrying the soul. The soul is driving this car called your body, okay? I just saw 11:11, right? Your soul is driving this car called your body, this suit we wear, right? And so the other thing to remember is that your soul takes a journey through spirituality and through spiritual growth. This is why religion doesn't heal the soul. The soul still must take a spiritual journey. These are two different things. Yes, they can coexist, but they are not one and the same. And so we can rely on religious principles to build character, to build integrity. We can rely on spirit, not spiritual, but religious principles to give us kind of this baseline or yardstick or measuring stick of what we value and how we live our lives, to kind of keep us, things into perspective for us. But it is not spirituality, and it definitely is not metaphysics, right? So, and the other thing I want to kind of caution you against is, I caution you against people who tell you otherwise, who do not have a background in metaphysics. If it's like a pastor, or if it's somebody that says, "Oh, don't do yoga. Oh, don't believe in metaphysics. Oh, don't." Do you have a degree in metaphysics? If you do not, and your degree is in a religion, then that's literally the only thing you can speak on, right? You want to make sure you're getting this kind of valuable information. That's like going to a doctor and expecting him to fix your car. You need to go to a mechanic. You need to go to someone who is trained for that, okay? Just want to say a word on that, because you'll have a lot of people speaking their own physical doubts, their own veil that they wear over their own suit. And because they can't open up their own higher chakras, they're extending that to anyone else who will believe it. And so you want to be careful that you understand what this means for you and for your soul's journey. All of this can coexist, right? All of this can coexist, but they are not one and the same. And I want to be clear on what that is, okay? So having been someone who has been deep in religion and now currently is licensed as a metaphysician, I can tell you they're not the same at all. Okay. So be careful with someone who tries to tell you not to believe certain metaphysical principles, or they speak on metaphysical principles when they haven't been trained at all. All right. So the other thing you want to understand is the role of a doctor of metaphysics. So someone like me who is in school to become a doctor of metaphysics, we're ideally the person who have studied this field extensively, and we help other people understand and navigate the metaphysical principles and things and realms of their own mind. We are also the people that guide these individuals toward this kind of self-discovery and spiritual growth. And a lot of times we use various techniques and therapies. I know over 200 different metaphysical therapies and trainings and different things. And some of those concepts I'm going to pull out and start using on this channel so that you yourself can start having a much more deeper and evolved experience as a person on this planet. And then the other thing that we do is we also use other objects to ignite the five senses to make sure that we assist the person in being able to move towards the knowingness that we know is necessary for them to manifest a new reality. And then these things include all the elements like earth, air, fire, water, glass, wood, all of these different things. These are kind of these conduits or facilitators of these different things. Now, when we're talking about metaphysics, it dates back to the period of things like Aristotle, ancient Egypt, Plato, right? And over centuries, it has just evolved just like we've evolved. And so you'll see it merged with spirituality. You'll see it merged with parts of astrology and other disciplines in the world today as well. So when we're talking about how to do a metaphysical treatment, okay, I want to make sure I walk through this with you. Metaphysical treatments help the mind move from a space of belief to knowing, to a knowingness that something can become their actual reality. And so the first thing I want you to do is think of one thing that would bring you financial prosperity. If it's a program, product, or service you could offer, if it is an opportunity for growth on your job, what is that thing that could bring you more prosperity? Is it a means of investing? I want you to think about that now. Is it a new job, new stream of income? You know, selling something that you've never sold before, graduating from school, whatever that thing is, I want you to bring that thing to your attention and try to see that thing in your mind's eye in the center of your forehead. Now, I want you to take the opportunity to close your eyes. Go ahead and close your eyes. And if you need to put the phone down or put, your device down, go ahead and close your eyes. And while your eyes are closed, you're going to take a big, deep breath. Breathe in. And you're going to breathe out. And then what you're going to do is visualize the step-by-step process that you're going to do to get there. Are you finishing up your graduation requirements? Are you picking up your cap and gown? Are you inviting people to the event? Are you finally taking your seat at the venue? Are you walking across the stage? Are you sharing pictures on social media about the graduation? Walk yourself in your mind's eye through the steps that it would take to bring you this abundance. Allow the emotions that you would normally feel to fill up your body. See yourself having these emotions in your mind's eye. Allow your chest and your body to be filled with this emotion. Start to feel these emotions as if you've lived it before. Make it feel real for you and let yourself have this experience. Now I want you to visualize yourself going into whatever your next job, whatever your next space is, and then having a relationship with the bank to see this financial abundance flowing into you. And if you can, imagine the numbers on your bank account going up as if there is a counter on the account. Allow yourself to visualize this. Feel it deeply and take another deep breath. And exhale. Very good. Allow yourself to settle in this knowingness that everything you visualize and everything you feel is coming to fruition for you. That it is already happening. That it is already here. And that all you have to do now is move from your mind's eye and into the world around you and see these possibilities, the evidence that this is coming for you. That's how a metaphysical treatment is performed. In the event that you are not able to hold the vision, realize the emotion, That is where a metaphysician comes into place to hold this energy and this emotion and this bliss and visualizing you in my mind's eye with achieving the greatest success you've ever achieved in your life. That's my job as a metaphysician. Thank you so much for being a part of this channel. I truly hope that you got some value out of this video. Be sure to let me know down in the comments whether you were able to visualize your ability to harness your abundance and bring it into your reality. As you continue to practice this kind of metaphysical treatment, you'll start to move towards this place of knowingness, and it will become a lot easier for you to feel those emotions. Just like we can feel the emotions of the things that we don't want, we can certainly replace those with the knowingness and the newness and emotions of the things we deeply and truly desire by letting go of the outcome, of the expected outcome of these things as well, and being detached from this being able to come in. Thank you so much for being part of this channel. I hope that you had an incredible time. I never take the role of teacher lightly, and I truly appreciate everything that you're doing. Hit me up in the comments and let me know if there's something more that you'd like to see. If there's a specific metaphysical principle that you want me to expound on, I'm happy to do that as well. I never take the role of teacher lightly, you guys. Sending so much love and light and bliss your way. Have a great day.